don't try to protect them? Helen, I got eyes. I know what I saw. He glared at Jack with a mixture of betrayal and fury. Did you learn anything? He snapped at his knees. Will you stay out of this, Helen? Stanley yelled, misdirecting his anger. He turned his terrifying gaze back to Jack. Mr. Roper, I can explain, Jack pleaded, holding his hands up in surrender. You don't have to explain anything. Just get out. Does this mean I can't finish my beer? Jack asked, a weak attempt at humor. Just get out, and I'll be out of here. I'll be out of this building, Stanley raged, his voice echoing in the small room. Pack your things and leave. Say good night to Karen for me. Ellen sighed. Don't you think you were a little harsh? I wasn't harsh enough. Stanley seethed, slamming the door shut after Jack had scrambled out into the night air. You saw what he was doing with my knees. He was acting normal. That's sick. Upstairs, the atmosphere was frigid. Jonna and Chrissy were cleaning up the remnants of the birthday dinner. The silence was heavy, punctuated only by the clinking of dishes. When they heard a knock at the door, neither moved immediately. Yeah, it's me, Jack, came a muffled, defeated voice from the hallway. Chrissy walked to the door and opened it, her expression blank. Jack stood there, looking utterly exhausted and covered in a light layer of freeway grime. No, Chrissy, there's nobody there, Jonna called out from the kitchen, not looking up from the sink. The silent treatment had officially begun. You don't have to get hostile just because I'm a little late, Jonna, Jack said, stepping inside. Get lost. I have something I want to. Jonna started, then clamped her mouth shut, returning to her aggressive scrubbing. Hey, you know something. This cake is delicious, Jack tried, pointing to the ruined Jimmy cake. Nothing. Jonna, Chrissy. He looked back and forth between the two stony-faced women. Oh, I get it. The silent treatment. Oh, boy, if there's one thing I hate, it's the silent treatment. He sighed deeply, his shoulders slumping. Look, I just came up to pack my things and say goodbye. That broke the silence. Both girls spun around. Goodbye, Chrissy said, confused. Boy, are you sensitive? Jonna snapped, drying her hands on a towel. You don't have to leave just because you missed the party, even though it was a lousy thing to do, and crummy, and despicable, and rotten. Could we go back to the silent treatment? Jack asked. You don't have to move out. I'll get over it, Jonna admitted, her anger deflating into sadness. Roper won't, Jack said grimly. Roper, Chrissy gasped. Yeah, I had a little trouble in his car. What happened? Did she say no? Jonna asked, her jealousy flaring up again despite the situation. Roper's car overheated on the freeway, Jack explained, pacing the small living room. And Roper's niece, on the living room sofa. And then Roper came in and caught us, and that's when the whole place boiled over. Well, what happened? Jonna asked, eyes wide. Nothing, but he kicked me out anyway. I have to move. The reality of the situation hit them all at once. Without Jack, they couldn't afford the rent. Without Jack, the apartment would go back to being quiet and slightly lonely. "Oh, Jack," Chrissy said, her voice trembling. "Yeah. Oh, we don't want to lose you," Jonna added, stepping forward. "Oh, that Roper," Chrissy huffed indignantly. "He's got a lot of nerve throwing his weight around like that. Listen, you, this is a partnership here. And if you throw one of us out, then you throw us all out, right?" "Right," Jeanne agreed firmly. "Right," Jack nodded, touched by their loyalty. Suddenly, there was a tentative knock at the door. Jack opened it to reveal Karen Roper, looking surprisingly sheepish. "What?" Jack asked, wary. "I just came up to apologize for my niece," Karen said, stepping into the apartment. "What?" Jack repeated. "Well, she admitted she practically attacked poor Jack here," Karen said, looking at Jeanne and Chrissy, adopting an apologetic tone. "And he showed no interest at all. And the poor girl feels like she's over the hill." "Karen, over the hill?" Jack asked, utterly bewildered by this turn of events. "Yeah, but it's okay now. I told her all about Jack." Jack's blood ran cold. "What did you tell her?" Karen smiled a secret, mischievous smile. "Oh, just a little fairy story." She winked at him. She had maintained his cover. "Anyhow, she's sorry, and so am I but now. Does that mean that he can stay?" Jack looked at Karen, a profound wave of gratitude washing over him. She was a terror on the freeway, but she was a solid ally when it counted. Sure, Jonna said, relieved. "Jack has his rights, just like any other minority." Karen nodded, satisfied, and let herself out. "Oh, we're so glad you can stay," Chrissy cheered, throwing her arms around Jack. "Oh, boy, I was sweating there for a minute," Jack laughed, hugging her back. "So were we." Jonna smiled, but her smile faded quickly. "Hey, but still, that was really mean of you not to come tonight. Where were you all night?" Jack stepped back, looking at Jonna. He reached into his pocket. "Well, we drove her out a lot, and I had a special errand to run." "Oh, can it, Jack?" Jonna sighed, crossing her arms. "What kind of special errand is going to be?" She stopped mid-sentence. Jack had pulled a small, worn velvet box from his pocket. He held it out to her. Jeanette's hands shook slightly as she took it. She flipped the lid open. Resting on the white satin lining was a delicate gold chain, holding a beautiful, intricately carved cameo. Her grandmother's cameo. Tears immediately sprang to her eyes. "Oh, Jeanne, it's your cameo," Chrissy gasped, recognizing it instantly. "Oh, you bought it back from the pawn shop," Jonna whispered, her voice choked with emotion. She looked up at Jack, realizing what he had done. "Where'd you get the money for it?" Jack gave a modest, lopsided smile. "Well, I couldn't waste Roper's money on Karen, could I? He had taken the $50 bribe, suffered through the worst car ride of his life, and nearly gotten evicted. all to buy back the piece of family history Jeanne had sacrificed for their home. Jeanne, oh, come on. You know how I hate the silent treatment. Jack